Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a little what I got for Christmas video. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. It hasn't been New Year yet, but if you are watching this and it is New Year, then Happy New Year. We did something a little bit different this year, me and my family, and I feel like it kind of worked and it also kind of didn't. I like the traditional Christmas of surprising your family with things, but in my family we kind of do like a list of varying sort of prices so that there's, you know, some books on there, some more affordable things, and it kind of ensures that there's a wide range of things for everyone's budget, but also that people know that they're getting you things that are either useful or that you maybe wouldn't buy yourself or that you really do want for Christmas. The problem with this though is that even if you are on a budget, I find I'm kind of guilty of this also, is even if someone only wants something very small and that is really all they want, we all tend to kind of overspend. And so this year my auntie suggested that we do something, or those who wanted to take part in this could. And so you buy yourself gifts from other people within your own budget, and then you wrap them up and you sign them from other people. So the surprise is for the person that is gifting you the gift, only you obviously can get yourself things that are in your budget and that you really want. So if you want to buy yourself a new car and say it's from everyone, you can do, but equally if you need some new, like, I don't know, some new mugs for your kitchen or something, then you can also do that. So most of my family did kind of take part in this, and some of us didn't, just between ourselves. Like for example, my boyfriend and I and my brother and his girlfriend kind of just did like normal gifts. And I found that although this was kind of a brilliant idea, some people kind of did it better than others. So me, for example, I just wouldn't go and spend what I might spend on other people on myself, or get myself necessarily what I really wanted or felt like a treat. So I got some stuff in the sale from Elf that would be really good for my makeup kit, for example. That stuff's not in here because I kind of feel like, I don't know, it wasn't that exciting. So what is in this video are all the things that I was gifted by my brother's girlfriend and him and my boyfriend as well. So that's kind of how we did Christmas this year. Some of us, as I said, like did a few sort of like normal bits and pieces, and that's what's in this video. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and let's get stuck in. So the first thing that my boyfriend got me, apparently there's also something else, there's another pair of shoes coming, which are a pair of Clark's boots. Obviously I don't have those here to show you, but he did get me a pair of plain white Vans. These are in a UK size 8, so I don't know what that is in European sizes, might be like a 41 or something. I am very tall. I also have quite large feet because I'm very tall. I have another pair of like really cheap ASOS like sneaker type shoes that are similar to this, that are like falling apart, that Jamie calls my clown shoes. And so they clearly needed replacing, and so he bought me these, which I have tried on. I mean, I'm always a size 8 pretty much in anything that is like closed toe, and yeah, these are really comfortable. They're a bit spongy. I don't know why, even though these are fairly flat, I find that although I have Converse that I very occasionally wear, they kind of hurt my feet because they're so flat. I don't have the same issue with Vans. I do have one other pair of Vans that I wear. So yeah, these were really ideal. I like to wear these kind of like white sneakery type shoes with like long dresses in the summer. I think they're practical for walking around. They look really cute, and also they just look nice with like jeans and a t-shirt as well. The second thing I have to show you is a water bottle. This again was from my boyfriend Jamie, and this is a Harry Potter water bottle. It says training for the Quidditch World Cup. I actually have quite a lot of water bottles now. I feel like maybe I need to have a little sort out, but I always appreciate the Harry Potter ones, and it's something that is really useful because I travel a lot. I tend to have like a big one in my room, and then I have one in like various handbags, and I also have like a travel mug and stuff because I'm always on the go. I commute into London and I travel a lot for work. Stuff like this is actually really handy, and I like the fact that it's one of these, like the lid, like the little spout thing actually opens and closes properly, so it's not really going to leak, and this just kind of like twists off. Not too big. I think this holds about a litre, and yeah, really cute. Harry Potter, massive Harry Potter nerd, always. I'm gonna get into some kind of smaller bits and pieces before I show you kind of the main presents from Jamie. So he got me these. These are actually just black makeup wedges. These come in really handy for using on people. They're the kind of classic triangular shape. I don't really want to like break the thing apart, but you can probably see, like, you know, they're the classic makeup wedges. Also really good for doing nail art, for doing any kind of capillary style patterning if you're using alcohol paints and things. Also just really nice for applying foundation and stuff. I don't really, unless I'm using the same sponge on the same client, and that is that client sponge, like beauty blenders or anything like that on clients, I don't think you can get them clean enough. I feel like it's a little bit unhygienic. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of, especially sort of Instagram makeup artists who have quite large followings, tend to use reusable sponges on clients. I personally don't think that's a very good idea. Sort of that goes along with that, this is the LBC antibacterial brush wipe off cloth. So it's the chemical free cleaning system, because if you're doing makeup, especially like prosthetics or anything like that, you're constantly cleaning brushes, throwing away kitchen towel and stuff, and it's really wasteful. And I've been trying to make a move towards being a little less kind of wasteful with things like wipes and tissues and things like that, and it's really difficult to do with your kit. So this I'm really excited to try. Similarly, this is just really useful. This is a, sorry, Gary's distracting me. This is a little palette that you can wear on your wrist and kind of use your products off of the back of. I am one of those people that always kind of sanitizes my hands and stuff before I work on someone, but I'm really bad for kind of doing things on the back of my hand. That's quite a kind of normal makeup artist trait. However, having something like this will be really nice. I always carry a flat palette with me that I often have to lay down on a table or something, but it would be really nice to have one that actually I can use instead of my hand, that just kind of hooks on nicely. These are just really helpful for mixing colours, doing anything like that. And if you are using big palettes, especially for things like cream products, things like that, you really shouldn't be kind of dipping brushes and stuff back into things. Always use like a little palette scraper, and always scrape off a little bit of product and pop it on a tray like this, so that you're keeping your cream products especially hygienic for your clients. So those are kind of the smaller things. Keeping with the kind of SFX theme, he got me 3 things that I would kind of think are like main presents that were kind of makeup-y. The first thing is, and this is the thing he's been taking the piss out of me for, is Pro Bondo. This is the clear version. You can get these in different colours, and Pro Bondo is basically a kind of prosthetic, a really quick way of doing prosthetics. If I just show you, so when I was on my course, I made a load of like Pro Bondo molds. So this kind of greeny blue bit is just the mold, and I don't know if you can see the stuff in the middle. Is basically in the shape of like a flap of skin, or you can make bullet wounds and things like that, and you basically fill the mold, which is this green part, with Pro Bondo, and then you can stick it to the hand or wherever you're looking to place a wound, peel it back, and it's sort of self-adhesive to the skin, and then you just powder over the top and colour it up. And it's a really quick way of kind of pre-preparing lots of wounds and things. So if you're working on something like, I don't know, Casualty, or you were doing a big soap where there was like an explosion or something, and you had a lot of kind of extras, or you just needed a really quick way of doing something where wounds were required, and you didn't want to use something like 3rd degree or silicone to sculpt it freehand onto a face, which is often a little bit more time consuming, and you really do have to be careful of edges and stuff, otherwise you'll see that it's not real. Then it's a really quick and easy way of getting stuff onto skin. So I was after some of this. I am going to have to pick up the release and seal that goes with this. You normally do have a releasing agent that you need to do a thin layer on your mould, and I always would use Vaseline as well. But it's a really nice way of being able to have loads of wounds and stuff kind of pre-prepared for you to take on set. So that was very exciting, and I was very impressed with the fact that he knew what to get, although apparently Pro Bondo is one of my favourite things to say. And it's not, it's just because we had a week where we were doing a lot of Pro Bondo, and so I said it many times after having conversations about what I'd been up to that day, and now he thinks I'm obsessed. So there you go, kind of funny, also really, really helpful. The next thing that I got from Jamie was this Ultimate Autopsy palette. Now, one of our tutors actually knows the guy that started this brand. They do a really wide variety of effectively kind of cheaper versions of the Skin Illustrator palette, which if you work in SFX or you're a makeup artist in general, you may have heard of. And it's these palettes of like what looks like completely dried out paint. Now, unfortunately, there seems to be kind of a deep lack of understanding on the reviews of these products, especially if you're picking them up off of Amazon. Lots of places like Tilt Makeup and things stock these, and I have several of the other ones, the more sort of like bloody coloured palettes. This happens to be like the dead colours that you would use, hence it's called the Autopsy palette. They also do lots of minis as well, but you cannot use these like normal paint. So as I was saying, when I've been looking on Amazon and stocking up on a few bits on my kit, and I originally purchased a few of these, there are reviews saying that they don't work and that they're completely dried out, as if they were kind of normal paints. These are alcohol palettes. They are isopropyl alcohol activated only. You cannot use these with water. They are specifically for special effects use. They are transfer proof and sweat proof, and they are only activated with 99% or higher alcohol. Hence, they look dry, you think they're not going to work. And people have been leaving weird reviews on Amazon saying that they, you know, this product is shit and they don't work. It's because they're not normal paints. They are really beautiful for doing vein work, anything that's under the skin. They're actually a really excellent way of doing bruising as well, things like that, because you can dilute them with more alcohol. So the more alcohol you use, the thinner the colour, the consistency kind of comes out like a little bit like a watercolour. So really, really beautiful for doing amazing kind of under the skin effects and for kind of colouring up wounds and things. The main thing that Jamie got me is this professional eco-friendly special effects 12-piece brush set. Now, I was really impressed. I really like the packaging actually, and I think this illustration on the front is really cool. These have a list of the ones that they include, which are large stippling, small stippling, watercolour, SFX muscle, the FX10, veining, capillary, filbert, dagger, bent liner, bent glue, splatter, and double pouch as well. This set is from Bedelium Tools, who are a fantastic company that create brushes. I actually have a few of their kind of normal range standard makeup artistry brushes that I really like, and inside it shows you what you get. So it's going to be a little bit shiny probably with my ring lights. And then on the back it also has some of the ones that are contained in here. You can see they do several other sets as well. This is a really good make of SFX brushes. I have been looking into getting a separate set for myself. You guys know I probably have like, I do have probably about 100 brushes of for varying different uses, and I was just kind of using my own brushes and had a few kind of SFX ones that were given to me while I was on the course, but it's really handy to have a full set of ones and pouches that are specifically for SFX use. You have things like this, you know, for specifically covering bald caps and stuff like that, and ones that maybe you won't have seen in normal things that are maybe something a little bit similar to what you would find with someone that perhaps does something like body painting and things like that, which is something that I have been getting into lately as well. And then you have things like this that you may not be familiar with unless you are familiar with SFX makeup. I actually use like a small like normal house painting chip brush for this, or you can actually use a toothbrush as well, but this is used for kind of doing blood splatters and stuff. So you would take something and you would kind of do that to create a splatter. Really good for building up skin tones and things in thin layers as well, if you're learning how to correct skin tones and things. Really good. Very impressed, really thoughtful. I was very excited to receive these things for Christmas. From my brother and his girlfriend, I did get a couple of packets of chocolate from Hotel Chocolat, which of course is not vegan, it was real chocolate. I'm just going to be honest with you now, over Christmas I was completely vegetarian, but I wasn't vegan. I was gifted things. Now people know, they're less inclined to get me stuff like that, but I don't think everyone was aware. But equally, I always said to you that if I, you know, was out and about or I found it more difficult, and actually I don't think I mentioned it, but over Christmas I wasn't planning to be completely vegan. I stuck to a lot of vegan desserts and things, but I did have some cheese over the festive period, and I did eat some of the chocolates that I was gifted as a present. So that's just how I've done things. If you disagree with that, then that's fine, but I'm not going to lie to you or pretend to be any other way. Now that the festive season is over and I am cooking for myself and not going out to eat and all those kinds of things, I am completely back to being 100% plant-based. So there you go. So I got a couple of sets of chocolate from them, and then I got this beautiful Highland Escape candle, and this is from the White Company, and it's a bergamot, vetiver and cognac scented candle. The White Company do really beautiful candles. They are quite expensive though, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so beautiful. I had gone in and already smelt this one and thought, oh, I really want it. I don't know how, but I mean, Franny has excellent taste in like homeware and stuff anyway. We're quite similar sort of personality wise, and we get on really well. So I was so excited to receive this. And also inside was this kind of little handmade soap. I haven't opened it because I don't want it to get like wet or like damp or anything, or get affected by like the air, so I've left it in the tissue paper. But it's a really beautiful kind of handmade soap that is lavender scented, which is one of my favourite smells. I know it's one of those things that a lot of people really hate. I feel like it's quite a strong scent, so if you like it, you like it, and if you hate it, you're really not a fan. But it is one of those things that I really love. The next thing I have to show you is also from my brother Alex and his girlfriend, and it was this big kind of velvety shiny jumper with the H on, obviously H for my name because my name is Hannah, but it's actually part of the Harry Potter collection. Can you see a theme here? This is in a size large, which will be baggy on me, but like not ridiculously baggy, just comfy for kind of like in the house and stuff. And this is the kind of thing that I like to wear when I am in the house. I always have pajama bottoms. In fact, I have pajama bottoms and slippers on right now. I only put a top on and a bra on for this video, but it's blue. Blue's actually my favourite colour. I think the colourway is really nice. It's really soft as well, and it'll be really cool for just kind of chilling in the house and yeah, having a nice relaxed day. I've left something downstairs and that's really annoyed me, but you can sort of see the colourway. I actually got a couple of bits from Jamie's mum and her partner David, which was really nice, and these are from M&S. I got this beautiful, I know that this is weird, but I really like socks, okay? They are really helpful. These are from M&S, and they're also, they have the H on, and it's this beautiful kind of like blue colourway, super soft socks. And I actually got a mug in exactly the same design, so it had the lighter blue at the top, the darker blue at the bottom, and it had my initial on it as well, and the socks were kind of in the mug. And then they also gifted me a voucher for Amazon, which was really nice as well, because I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. It's really helpful. You can get groceries on there. You know, I can buy skincare on there if I want to. I can get all sorts of random stuff on there. So it actually is really helpful, and that was really thoughtful. The last thing I have to show you was actually from my dad, and because we were kind of involved in that weird gifting scenario, we had like not really done anything for each other, but he had got this as like a token, I guess. This little token gift is actually a really beautiful book, and it's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse, and this is by Charlie Mackesy, and I believe that's how you say the name. I have looked a couple of interviews and that's how everyone's saying it, because I wanted to say Mackesy, I wasn't quite sure, but Charlie Mackesy. And he, if you don't know, is an artist or cartoonist, and it's a beautifully illustrated, really beautiful little story, and I love his illustrations. I followed him on Instagram quite a while ago, and I had no idea that my dad had bought me this, and he had no idea that I followed him. We just have I guess like quite similar interests, but it's really beautiful, and yeah, something that I will treasure for a very long time. I haven't actually kind of read it cover to cover yet, but I've heard that it's a really beautiful story, and I'll just read you a few things on the back. It says, these are some of the reviews. The world that I'm required to inhabit is this one, but the world that I long to inhabit is the one that Charlie Mackesy has created. That's from Elizabeth Gilbert. He's also worked with Richard Curtis on comic relief as well, and Richard Curtis actually gave a review on here and says, a wonderful work of art and a wonderful window into the human heart. And Miranda Hart, if you don't know her, is a actress and comedian, and she said, simply the world needs Charlie's work right now. And I think for anyone that likes illustrations and nice stories, or if you've got maybe a slightly older child or something, this would be a really beautiful gift for a birthday or something else like that. And particularly if you have older children, like my dad gifted this to me, I think it's a really nice kind of heartwarming gift that will be greatly appreciated by anyone who loves to read and loves art. I hope that you've enjoyed this ridiculously long video. If you have, then please do give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Please do leave me some comments down below of what you got for Christmas, but also of anything that you want me to cover in some upcoming videos. I've been doing an awful lot of research into skincare. I have some quite in-depth videos coming up about skincare, the order of skincare, because I feel like I've done a lot on makeup, and the tutorials and stuff that everyone keeps requesting will be coming back as well. I'm going to be doing a lot more kind of tutorials and things like shop my stash and things like that. I think you guys will really enjoy throughout the new year. But if you have any particular requests, then please do leave them down below. As I said, looking to do a lot more on skincare this year, having spent the last few months doing an awful lot of research myself. I'm really trying to kind of find budget-friendly, effective skincare for my skin, and really getting a lot more serious about ingredients and things, and the science, and kind of sifting through some of the bullshit that we're kind of been sold all the time. So if you are interested in that, then please do hit that subscribe button. As I said, leave me some comments and stuff down below, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.